All right, we are back. Um, we don't need a last time. I'm assuming you know what happens if you watched it. So we're just gonna go. I go around and come out into. Actually, I need to see what time I started recording this at so I don't go too short. Okay, cool. I go around and come out into the terrace. I see Tosaka emerge on the opposite side. She immediately takes cover, then peeks out. As soon as I follow her example and look down, we both gasp. Shinji? Why is he here? Shinji stands atop the rubble in the corner of the room, happily watching the scene. No, that's not the surprising thing. What I have to accept right now is the battle Shinji is observing. The Black Giant lets out a roar. The swinging axe sword blows up dust and grinds the rubble into powder. The Mad Warrior appears no different from before. No, his dreadful roar is louder now. The girl in white is behind the giant. Berserker's master, Ilyasville. An ever-smiling girl unsuited for murder. But that girl is now shivering and watching her servant with a face almost in tears. Her pale face is desperately trying to deny the despair in front of her. Someone help me. The girl's trembling lips mouth those words. No way. A storming whirlwind. Berserker's axe sword is repelled each time by the noble phantasm of one servant, the one reigning from the throne of rubble in the center of the hall. Yo, he's looking fly. Many swords are released. Each one of the weapons appearing from behind the man would cause certain death. They attack. They are like gushing water. The infinite noble phantasms not only repel Berserker's axe sword, but pierce his body. Pieces are blown from his body. The sword cuts through his body, penetrates his skull, and pierces his heart. But he still does not die. The giant regenerates every time he is killed, slowly but surely moving forward. 8 times already. He's been killed so many times, but Berserker still moves forward. The enemy greets him with a smile. The tragedy continues. Berserker is killed without even being able to go near the enemy. No way. It's not because Berserker is getting killed without being able to do anything. That man, that servant is beyond belief. The infinite noble phantasms he sent out are each a true noble phantasm. I can tell since I projected Archer's swords. They are the originals of every noble phantasm. The first ones from before they became legend. Who could he be, having an infinite supply of such weapons? No, first of all, there should only be 7 servants. Then he is the 8th one, someone that shouldn't exist. I can't breathe. Berserker defies description. His body is steel and his superhuman strength, and his regenerative powers on top of that. He is not someone you can match. But the 8th servant does not retreat from such an opponent, and overwhelms Berserker using the demonic swords and the holy swords he releases. When I look up, I can see that Tosaka is pale as well. It's only natural. The place below us is a land of death. We'll die instantly if we enter it. No, more than that. He is a demon. He has a brutality different from Berserker. That man wishes for battles only to kill others. But with such an enemy in front of him, the Black Giant is still the strongest. He does not stop, even if he is pierced or slashed all over his body. He receives the rain of noble phantasms, regenerates each time, and closes in on his enemy. It is an advance devoid of tactics. He is not thinking about countering the enemy's attacks. It is a savage fight where he advances on his enemy as long as he still lives. He will not reach the enemy. Berserker's brute courage will prove futile, and he will end his life as a mere target. The enemy understands that. That is why he is still standing there and provoking the foolishly advancing giant. The Black Giant does not have a way to win. It's something the enemy and even I understand, and probably even Berserker himself knows that. But the giant keeps walking forward. He knows no retreat and does not avoid the attacks. The man greets the figure with a smile. Huh, as expected from dogshit, you can only fight. I had hopes for you as a fellow demigod, but it seems I expected too much. The noble phantasms emerge from space. Gosh, it's been so long since I've done his voice, I don't remember how to do it. Letting out a laugh, he readies the noble phantasms behind him. Then, let me finish you off now. It will be unpleasant for you to come any closer. At his signal, the numerous noble phantasms descend on the giant. The giant repels most of them, and at the same time loses most of his life. The black giant shakes. The body of rock starts to fall, but the giant stands his ground and shakes the noble phantasms from his body. What? The exclamation of surprise comes from the strange servant. The black giant destroys the swarm of noble phantasms and moves towards his enemy. His body is dying already. With a hopeless, fatal wound, the black giant still advances. It is the result of a strong will. It is not madness resulting from being a berserker. The giant faces this hopeless fight with an iron will. Damn, a mere target survived my attack. The magical bullet— that was definitely not the voice I was doing just a second ago from. The magical bullets are fired mercilessly. Repelling it with his axe sword, the giant corners the man with his body slashed and his limbs pierced. He will not reach the man, but he still challenges the man because there is something he cannot give up. Then what is he moving forward for? Servants fight for their master, to protect the master's life. That is why that giant does not retreat. He can only move forward as a shield to protect the frightened master behind him. The giant continues his foolish advancement. The giant— did I say the master or the giant? I don't remember. The giant continues his foolish advancement. It is because he knows that he needs to take all the attacks in order to beat that servant without having his master killed. And when he reaches his enemy, that is when he wins. From the beginning, that has been this battle's nature. The man has to kill the giant before he reaches him. The giant has to approach the man before his life ends. It is a battle where the one to accomplish their goal is the one to win. The giant is aware of that, even if it is a battle with no hope of victory from the start. He roars. Coming out of his 10th death, his body explodes forward. He charges into the man like a bull, challenging a matador. You lowlife. Numerous arrows are released. Was it his last charge, or did he just get used to the attacks? The giant repels all the arrows. He approaches the owner of the noble phantasms. He swings his axe sword. The weapon that has not yet been raised against the man rips through the air. Heaven's chain. The black bull is captured by numerous appearing chains. Ooh. What kind of noble phantasm is it? The chain that appeared out of nowhere confines Berserker as if binding space itself. The chain twists Berserker's arms and bends them in a direction they should not go. The chains tighten mercilessly, trying to tear off the rock-like head. Damn, you still won't die. This chain once bound the Bull of Heaven, but even this does not seem to be enough to finish you. The man's voice. The hall is filled with the creaking sounds of the chain. It must be Berserker's power. The giant tries to break the chain that binds even space itself. Even if it sounds impossible, I'm sure the giant will be able to manage it. And the man acknowledges that as well. No! Come back, Berserker! I should have done that a little more emotionally, but I'm not going to. The girl screams. Ileusville commands Berserker to retreat using her command spell, but the giant is still bound by chains, unable to move an inch. Why? I told you to come back inside of me, so why? It is useless, you puppet. Not even the gods can escape these chains. No, it'll become stronger the more divine one is. There's a chain made to bind gods. I will not allow transportation. This is a chain made to bind the gods. I will not allow transportation through a command spell. And so, the man points at the giant as if to denote the end. Oh, the astonished girl's voice. It's over. It really ends. Bound by chains, he receives 22 noble phantasms on his defenseless body. The black giant falls silent after becoming a grotesque object. I don't even need to check if he's alive or not. Even if he is a great hero that overcame 10 deaths, he should not be able to get up after receiving 20. Yes, even if he is alive, he should not even have the power to breathe. and the battle ends. It was known from the start who was going to win. Berserker cannot beat that servant. No servants can beat that man as long as they are heroic spirits. All heroic spirits have things they are weak against when they were alive. All heroic spirits have things they were weak against when they were alive. Those are their greatest weak points. Then, what if there is a hero who possesses all of the noble phantasms, even the ones that killed each hero? This is the result. Even if he may have been stronger, he cannot beat that man. No. No, Berserker. The girl in white runs to the giant corpse. Seeing it, the man mercilessly slashes the girl with the sword in his hand. A scream. The man slashes her eyes in one blow. And he pierces her heart, but it misses. No, he made it miss. The girl is pierced in her lungs and coughs up blood. The chains are broken. Shattering his binds, the black giant charges at the man. The man pierces the slow-moving target. A lance pierces the heart. He impales the giant with a lance very similar to Gaybolg. That's it. The black giant dies for sure this time. The sword is pulled out from the girl. Leaving traces of red, the girl crawls to the unmoving giant. Watching in delight, the man walks forward. He throws down his sword. He will use his bare hands to finish off the dying girl. I'll die. I'll probably die. I'll surely die this time. There's no logic behind that servant. He will kill anyone that hinders him. I will surely be killed if I don't get away from here before he finds me. And Oh, I feel like it's like the Shiro thing to do. To go out there and try to save the day. But to be fair, last time I tried to save the day, I died. But in this situation, I would restrain myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I restrain my body that wants to go out. I see Tosaka biting her lips. I know. Tosaka wants to stop him as well. But we'll be the ones to be killed if we do so. We can't stop him. The man's arms reaches out for the girl. I can't breathe. My feet are on fire from wanting to jump out. My arms want to go over to the terrace. My body is shaking as if it broke down and it tries to go against my brain. It's as if I've gone crazy. I kill my voice and I kill my mind. I kill the girl below me as if to kill myself. And it ends. The man pulls something out of the girl with a smile. A red object that looks like a poisonous fruit. The thing in the man's hand is the girl's heart. My mind burns down. My brain that has gone white shakes with violent anger. Oh, I smell something bad. But I see, there was a fool that has been watching this spectacle, huh? With the girl's heart in his right hand. How insolent of you. A mere lowlife should not look directly at me. He shoots off at one of his numerous noble phantasms at me. The terrace falls. The man's noble phantasm destroys the wall of the castle. I don't move at all. I don't care about the rubble falling down. I don't have time to run, and I have no intention of running. I don't care even if a big piece of debris scratches against my back. I can't think of looking away from that guy. Oh, so does Saber's master. His red eyes react to my enmity. I'm going crazy. I'll die in the next instant. There's no way I'm not afraid of that. But my body refuses to run away and keeps screaming to defeat that enemy. The girl's corpse keeps ordering me not to forgive that man. It's only natural for me to go crazy. My mind churns with conflicting impulses towards life and death. It seems you have a will to fight, but that is nothing. You are worthless without Saber. A sword appears in his left hand. A sword is mercilessly raised and should come down to kill Emyashiro. I keep glaring at the enemy. I can't even think about showing my back to him. Hold on, I know this guy. The man's sword stops. Oh, what voice did I give Shinji? I'm pretty sure it's just the voice I'm doing for Gil. Shinji, who is watching from the other side of the wall, walks to the center of the hall. Yo, long time no see, Emiya. I didn't expect to see you here, so I'm a bit surprised. Yeah, he changed his voice a little bit. It's fine. The man does not move. There's about 10 meters between us. Would I be able to get near him? Even Berserker could not close this distance. Oh, are you so scared that you can't talk? Well, I understand how you feel. I was like that when Ryder got killed. Yeah, that's right, that's right. I'm glad you let me go back then. There's nothing I can use as a weapon. But I don't care. My head is clear right now. I don't feel any uneasiness about projecting his swords right now. Hey, I'm telling you to look at me. I slightly shift my gaze in his direction. I look at Shinji while keeping the man in my view. That's right. So you do know who's the most powerful here. I gasp. It's not because of what he said. It's unexpected that he is saying so from the bottom of his heart. That's right. So you know, right, Emiya? You'll die now. How out of place. Why say something that's so obvious? Sorry, I didn't introduce you to him yet, but he's my new servant. He's more amazing than Ryder, right? Shinji puts his hand on the man's shoulder, and with a delighted face, beg for your life, Emiya. I might consider it. He says something unimaginable. I refuse. I do not hesitate. I answer right away without showing any signs of even considering it. Fine, then you can die. Shinji jumps back. The man, still with a cold expression, finally brings his sword. Hold on. I won't guarantee your master's life if you move an inch. And the man stops his sword once again. Oh? Yo? Everyone looks up. Everyone down in the hall turns his attention to the girl on the terrace. Tosaka's hand is aimed at Shinji. Even though Shinji is not a Magus, he should know what that means. Tosaka's serious. If that man brings down his sword, she will kill Shinji as retaliation. Tosaka, why are you here? She doesn't answer, but just keeps her aim on Shinji. What, are you really gonna shoot me, you murderer? You're the one who killed first. Well, I don't care about that. Oh, that's her. Well, I don't care about that. The right to kill and be killed are the same. You should know that with your human instincts, even if you're not a Magus. Shinji retreats weakly, being stared down by Tosaka. And... the man just watches it in delight. He looks at Tosaka. Then, I think there was a strange shaking for an instant. I see. You know you'll not be able to kill me, so you went after the master instead. You brought on the negotiation because you know I would not stop even if you killed my master. That's right. You wouldn't stop even if I killed Shinji. But you can consider it in this situation, right? You can save Shinji right now. If you're a servant, it should be a hard blow for you to lose your master. I see. You are pretty clever. That is your only option if you want to save that scum. His sword disappears. He turns his back to me as if he's lost interest. Ugh. What are you doing? Who told you to stop? No, the situation has changed, Shinji. She will be perfect as the vessel. Huh? Shinji stops breathing. His face filled with irritation suddenly turns into a dirty smile. I see. Wow, I'm glad you're still alive, Tosaka. I see. I'm relieved as well. I've known you for a long time, even though you're like that. It'd be discouraging to have you dead already. Laughing, Shinji claps his hands. It's so strange. Shinji shows no fear even though Tosaka can end his life. It seems an overwhelming joy is numbing his emotions. Oh well, with that aside, how about it, Tosaka? Do you want to forget about Emiya and team up with us? Us? That's right, you should know that Castor is stocking up power. The Ryodo Temple is the altar this time. It's a bit unfavorable for us if she's taking position there and stocking up magical energy. Shinji says with both his hands raised. That's an obvious fact. If I have to add, it seems Shinji doesn't know Castor obtained Saber and Archer. You can tell, right? There's not much chance of victory by myself. I beat Berserker's master, but that isn't enough. We can make one that will beat even Castor if you join us. Shinji invites her with confidence. To that, I refuse, Shinji. I don't know who you're connected with, but there's no way I would follow a guy that is being used. Tosaka refuses him with a twitching brow. What? Can't you tell I'm warning you since I've known you for a long time? You should get some intelligence to observe what's going on around you. You're the only one who considers Mato Shinji to be a master. Don't you realize it by now that you don't have talent as a Magus? You. Shinji's face stiffens up. The harsh words must have caused him to forget that his life is in Tosaka's hands. Do it, Gilgamesh! Kill Emi and Tosaka! Shinji orders his servant. What? I told you to kill them! It should be easy for you to kill them before I get killed. No, this is too bad, but we're out of time. It'll rot if we take any more time. The man shows Shinji, who is walking up to him in anger, what is in his right hand, a red piece of meat. It is the still throbbing heart he ripped out of that girl. Shinji grits his teeth in vexation. Damn. Don't regret it, Tosaka. I won't let you be on my side now. Shinji runs towards the gate. The other one stays, and after watching his master's disgraceful behavior... So, that is it. You have a good friend. With those delighted words, he leaves the room filled with rubble. And I think with that, we'll end it there. And honestly went faster than I thought it would. We didn't get to see as much of the fight with Berserker as I wanted to. It was done really well in the anime, and I really like how action scenes are written in this, so I was looking forward to it. So it's a little sad that we didn't get to see it, but it's whatever. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.